everyone, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm really excited to make this video for you guys today. So today I will be building a modern starter home in Newcrest for my save file, which I'm currently making. At the moment it's only Newcrest, but hopefully if I get the chance I will do the rest of the base game worlds. Like I'll try to do Willow Creek and Oasis Springs if I can, but that'll be a very big project. And I think if I was to do that, I would renovate the townies' houses and also give all the townies makeovers and also fill up the empty lots and renovate the community lots as well. So that would be a really big challenge. But for the moment, I'm just sticking with Newcrest and I'm working my way through it. And my plan is to be finished it by the time that High School Years comes out, so I can kind of make a Let's Play that I'm not sure if my Sims will either live in Copperdale High or in Newcrest, but I would just like to have it done so my Sims could make friends with the Sims that I've made to live in here. So that's just my plan for the moment, but obviously it's a very big project, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get it done in time, but fingers crossed anyways. So as you can see, I'm making a starter home here for my Sim, Anna Jameson, and she is an astronaut. She's in the astronaut career. I think she's in level 2, I think I put her in, of the astronaut career, and she lives in the starter home here by herself. Because it's only herself, it's only 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, so it's a small enough home. But my aim for making this home was to make it not look like it's a starter home. I didn't want it to have clearly that you'd look at it and say, okay, that's starter home. Obviously I'm lucky now that I don't just have to use base game, because I feel like if it was just base game it would be another added challenge, but I've decided for this save file that I'll just use all the packs I have. Now I don't have all the packs, I have a couple of the packs, so it'll be close enough to base game, but I do have a couple of the packs, so it will kind of diversify this from just a basic kind of more base game looking build. I decided to use these Moschino windows, which I really think are so pretty, but I find them quite stylized, so I find it really hard to use, because you wouldn't really use them in your more, colonial or suburban style houses, but I thought they actually worked really well in this house. I think they really complemented the shape and they kind of added a bit more interest, because the outside of the house is quite boxy and quite kind of modern style, even though I really do like modern style houses, but I think the windows added a bit more kind of detail to it and made them a bit more unique. And I really like the black swatch on them, but I decided to use the kind of gray, kind of silvery swatch. And I think that was actually really pretty, because inside they weren't too overpowering the black, because I feel like the black would have been quite stark inside, but I think the gray was a great kind of contrast. In the inside I used the very cheap base game counters, even though since the update where we've got more swatches in them, I find myself using them a lot more. I feel they're quite usable. Like, they're just a great basic kind of modern counter shape, especially when I don't have all the packs. Like, I find there isn't many modern counters in the base game. Really, they are the only ones. And before the update, I really I didn't know what to use when I was making modern kind of base game houses, because the other ones are really traditional type styled, or I do like the industrial ones as well. They're quite pretty, but before the update as well, they had very few swatches as well. But now I seem to be using them like a lot. They're very pretty and I love the shape of them as well. And in the living room, I use the eco lifestyle couch and living chair, because first of all, they're quite cheap as well, but I really like the color of them as well. I like how they're quite neutral, but they added like a slight pop of color with the kind of greeny teal color in. So I kind of ran with that and added in like a blue painting above the dining kind of section. And I also added in a couple plants to kind of bring in that greeny color. And I thought that kind of gave the living room like quite a neutral color scheme, because I feel that kind of suited my sim, but also it added a bit more kind of interest and detail to the room. Also, for the bedroom, I decided to stick with that kind of more neutral color scheme as well, but the bed I picked had like a patch of purple on the bed sheet, so I decided to add like a purple chair to match in as well, which I thought gave it a bit more personality. Also in the bathroom, quite basic as well, just basic cheap appliances, but I added in like an ironing board, little bucket of cleaning supplies, and a plant to give a bit more character into this build. I wanted this build to look slightly lived in, but not too kind of personal to the sim that I'm making it for, even though it is for my save file, so I do want it to be slightly personalized. But I wanted any player to be able to download this house and play with their sims in it and kind of make it fit their own sim. But again, another restriction that I had was the price, because obviously I would have liked to add in a lot more details, but they cost money, and I wasn't, since this is a starter home and I was restricted to the 18,000 simoleon budget, I was had to kind of stick to a more kind of basic house design. Now, since I only got the laundry day stuff pack recently enough, so I was adamant that I want to add in laundry into every single house in my save file. So in this house, since we were talking budget and space, I decided to not use a washer and dryer, but to use a washing bucket and a washing line outside. And I haven't actually used them in many of my houses before, but I love the way the washing line looks outside, and I love the kind of yellow swatch. It like makes it so bright and cheery outside, and it gives it the back garden a lot of personality. And I think the washing bucket is actually so cute as well. I haven't actually looked at the animations for it yet because as soon as I got it, I was actually just starting making my save file. So I can't wait to play with laundry a bit more and see if I've kind of laid out where the hamper is and where the washer and dryer is actually useful, or am I just putting it in random places? And as you can see, I've decided to use debug landscaping here, mostly because of the budget, because at this point we only had 1,500 simoleons, so that was not enough money to fully landscape and add a couple more details in. So I wanted this house to look quite lush and to look quite natural, because of the kind of wooden detail I added in. I wanted it to look slightly like eco-friendly in that kind of way. I didn't add any solar panels or any wind turbines in here, but that was another thing to do with budget. But I feel like the sim Anna would be quite concerned with the like sustainability and stuff. So I feel like if you were to play with her, you might give her solar panels or like little wind turbines on top of her house. But I just didn't do it at the moment. But I think that's definitely something I would consider if I had a bit more budget. So I used this landscaping, and I didn't want it to look quite. I didn't want it to look very manicured. I wanted it to look quite, natural and like it had just grown there over time. And I decided to use these debug ivy in the front of the house to add a bit more detail, because I was thinking the front of the house was looking quite plain and like it needed a bit more detail added to it. And I found this is a great way to add detail. So as you can see, we're coming to the end of the video now. So I'm going to pop into game now and give you a tour of this house so we can see it in more detail, and I can introduce you to my sim Anna a bit more as well. And yeah. So this is what the house looks like when I'm finished with it. As you can see, it's quite simple on the outside, but I don't think it looks like a starter home at all. So if you go through this door here, you're into the living room and kitchen. I think it's quite small, but I do think it has everything you need. Oh, here's Anna. She's sitting down having her dinner maybe. The kitchen's down through here into this little section. It looks like the ivy's coming in the window, which is quite funny. Simple, but has everything you need. And if you go through this door here, you get into the bedroom. It has that purple color scheme I was talking about. Through this door here is the bathroom, pretty simple. And if we turn around back through here, following Anna, we can go outside to the back garden, and she seems to be using the little telescope right now to look out into the sky. It's really beautiful, and she has a little washing line there and her chess table. Thank you so much for watching my first ever YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any suggestions of other videos you'd like to see, or other types of sim videos that you'd like to see, or any ideas for challenges, I'd love to hear them in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!